Hello viewers, welcome to the channel. My name is Antika. In this video, I am going to lucidly discuss the life story of Julius Caesar. I hope my ICSE students will find this video very helpful. Counting in the BC system or the before Christ system is a way of numbering years that counts backwards from the estimated year of Jesus Christ's birth. That means in this system, the year of Jesus' birth is considered as first BC or sometimes referred to as first BCE, which means before the Common Era. The year before Jesus' birth is counted as year 2nd BC. The year before that is counted as year 3rd BC and so on. Now, the Romans invented the Republican calendar, which is also known as the Roman civic calendar, after borrowing heavily from the ancient Greek calendar system. This calendar had only 355 days. That means it was 10 days shorter than the time it takes Earth to revolve around the Sun. It also did not follow the seasons, hence it was considered as inaccurate. It was used until 45 BC when it was replaced by the Julian calendar. Julius Caesar's astronomer, under his guidance, made some corrections and improved the Julian calendar to the version that we know today. Now, Gaius Julius Caesar was a Roman general and a statesman who was born on 12th of July in 100 BC in a city of Rome called Sabura. He belonged to the noble patricians family, meaning they were originally a group of ruling class families in ancient Rome. At the age of 6, Julius Caesar started his education and learned many important skills from his tutor. He was taught to develop excellent speaking skills and exceptional leadership qualities. By the time he turned 16, his father passed away and he became the head of the household. That means all the responsibilities of the house were his and he had to represent his house in the court of nobles. At the age of 17, Julius Caesar got married to his first wife, Cornelia, who was the daughter of a powerful Roman politician. Julius Caesar was only 19 years old when he joined the army to achieve glory, power, and wealth. That means long before Julius Caesar became one of the most powerful men in history, he was just a lowly soldier in the Roman army. Caesar fought many wars and became a brave warrior who started getting recognition in the army and quickly began to reach higher ranks in the government. At that time, Rome was a republic. That means instead of an emperor or a king, Rome was governed by a group of political leaders appointed by the consuls. Julius Caesar was driven by the desire of being the wealthiest, most celebrated and glorious of all Romans. Therefore, he made friends with the most influential Roman leaders like Crassus, who was a wealthy businessman, and General Pompey, who was the best military commander at that time. The three most powerful men in Rome formed an unofficial and temporary alliance known as the First Triumvirate. According to Oxford Dictionary, the word triumvir refers to three public officers jointly responsible for overseeing any of the administrative departments. In simpler terms, the word triumvir refers to three individuals sharing equal power and authority. The consuls had supreme power in the government. They even appointed the members of the Senate. That is why two consuls were appointed to prevent any individual citizen from gaining complete authority. Why is that? Because the Republicans believed that the powers of the former kings of Rome should be spread out into multiple offices. Okay, therefore, each consul could veto the actions of the other consul. Now, in 60 BC, by the time Caesar returned to Rome, he was famous among the people and was loved widely due to his victories and excellent speaking skills. Caesar was appointed as the consul 1 year later in 59 BC, and he stayed in this position for 1 year. He was made the governor of Gaul after his term as the consul. Gaul constitutes of present-day France, Belgium and Germany. Gaul was a region inhabited by a Celtic race divided into several tribes that did not live according to the Roman rule. Even the Roman military feared them as they had a very strong army. However, Caesar's calculative tactical intelligence and strategic insight helped them conquer all of Gaul. After his success in the Gallic Wars completed by 51 BC, Caesar rose to power and became one of the most powerful politicians in the Roman Republic. He was considered to be as good in war strategy as the great general Pompey. During this time, Roman politics had become very aggressive. Many leaders in the Senate started to dislike Julius Caesar because of his success. Even General Pompey, who used to be a good friend of Caesar, became jealous. This jealousy turned hostile and the two friends turned into rivals. While Julius Caesar was loved and supported by the Roman people, Pompey had the support of corrupt nobles and businessmen of the Senate. Caesar then decided to run for consul again and declared his intentions. But the Roman Senate got agitated by his ever-growing ambition and power, hence they opposed his decision. Caesar was also asked to relinquish his power as the general of the army, but he denied it. The government could not accept the fact that he had dared to defy them, so they declared him as a traitor of the nation. Both Caesar and Pompey declared war. This was the great civil war of Rome that lasted for 4 years. Caesar began marching his army towards Rome to fight against Pompey, although he was leading the soldiers of the Senate. But Caesar won the battle and gained total control of Rome. This 4-year-long politico-military struggle was fought all over Europe, Asia Minor and Africa. Caesar kept fighting Pompey till he finally managed to beat him 18 months later. By this time, he had chased him all the way to Egypt. Pompey fled to Egypt to save his life, but he was captured by the pharaoh Ptolemy and executed. The victory in this war made Julius Caesar the most powerful man in the world. He returned from Egypt to his home in the Roman Empire in 46 BC and managed to crush everyone who resisted against him in the government. Julius Caesar then appointed himself as the Dictator Perpetuo or Dictator Forever, which actually had the term of 10 years. After coming back from Egypt, Caesar brought financial stability into the Roman Empire and made various changes in the government. He made improvements for the poor, fed the starving population of Rome, granted citizenship to the people living in the conquered provinces of Gaul. He also passed various laws to return Rome its former glory. Rome was transformed into a magnificent city. He instructed the building of the Forum Iulium, also known as the Forum of Caesar. He also instructed rebuilding of the cities of Carthage and Corinth that got destroyed during the Punic Wars. His construction of libraries, harbors, and temples provided jobs to thousands of Romans. However, many of the influential leaders of the Senate were concerned that Julius Caesar posed a threat to the democracy, therefore took the violent decision to murder him. In response to Julius Caesar's death, his nephew and heir Octavius Augustus Caesar formed the Second Triumvirate along with Mark Antony and Marcus Lepidus. They defeated the conspirators at the Battle of Philippi. Octavius Augustus Caesar then established himself as the first Roman emperor. That means here the power shifted. The power shifted away from a representative democracy to a centralized imperial authority. In simpler terms, the Roman Empire transitioned from a republic to an empire, to a monarchy. That's all for now. I have tried to lucidly explain the life story of Julius Caesar. I hope this helped you to understand or gain some prior knowledge on the topic. Thank you for listening. Bye.